So this is a real first level exercise to get the pelvic floor activating after a back injury or after a pregnancy, that sort of thing. So start in this position with your knees bent up. It just relaxes your abdomen and it helps you be able to get a neutral spine. So neutral spine is that your back is almost flat. You can kind of get your hand under there a little bit. It's a bit stuck, but it gets under there. The way to get that is to arch your back as much as you can. So that's taking it to extreme one way, and then push the lower back into the table. So that's going too far back the other way. So you can do that motion and find where you feel that the middle of that motion would be. So the middle of being too far that way and too far that way. And you'll find that it's, you can kind of just get your hand under the back just slightly. So that's moving the bones in position. So this next part is the muscle. So I've got a mark on here. This represents where my hip is. So there's a knobbly bit you feel here, and I'm coming in off that knobbly bit, off the hard bit, into the soft tissue. So about a centimetre or so in, and you can feel that on both sides. For males, you focus on pulling up your testicles, or if you think about going to the ocean, when your testicles are about to touch the water, there's this sense of they want to be pulled up. And what you'll feel is when it activates, you'll feel a tensioning underneath your fingers here. And that's it, that's exactly the muscle we want to activate. So for females, I've heard you have a sense of sucking something up this way. Okay, so it has to pull in this way. What you're not doing is pushing out that way. That's really bad. So there's a sense of drawing in with the pelvic floor, and you feel a tension under here. You start off with about 70% of the contraction. So you can try going 100% as tight as you can with the pelvic floor, then back it off to about 70%. And what you're doing then is just doing that hold for 10 seconds. You might even find that you can't even keep it on for 10 seconds. It's not strong enough, which is fine. Then I'll let it off. So I still keep feeling here. It should feel like it softens here. Then I just pull on so for me, I'm pulling my testicles up here, pulling on the pelvic floor. I feel it tighten underneath here on both sides. I'm just holding that at 70% contraction for 10 seconds. The body likes to find the muscle, contract it, and then let it go so it loses where it was. It actually helps the learning process. Then I'll let it off again. What I'm not doing is as I contract my muscle, like pull out the pelvic floor here, I'm not changing my bone position. So I'm not going like this or like this, that sort of thing. I'm not doing that. Or am I sucking in here like I'm going that? I'm not doing it, not doing that. Okay. So it just says a tightening underneath here from pulling up the pelvic floor. 10 lots of 10-second holds. Do this in this position first till you feel you've got the knack of it. Then you can practice it in sitting, standing, walking around. And ideally it's something you have conscious control of. This needs to be progressed into further exercise. This is the bottom of what they call the can of stability. The bottom of the can, if you imagine a can around here with a top and a bottom, the bottom of the can is the pelvic floor. Top of the can is the diaphragm. The transverse abdominis is like a corset sort of muscle going around here. That's the front of it, and it connects into the lower back, and the spine being the back of the canister. So if the pelvic floor isn't functioning properly, it's very difficult to make intra-abdominal pressure through any other part of the core. So that's the first part to get that happening. What we want also, while you do this, as you get the knack of it, you don't want to hold your breath. So I'm here pulling on my pelvic floor, but I'm still letting my breath come into here, into that part, without losing the contraction here. That's a little bit of practice to do that. So I'm not holding my breath, I'm not sucking this up, I'm not going breathing up in here. Maybe just still breathe here, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. I'm still keeping that contraction on. Good luck.